Hey, we gotta go ahead and make this shit happen right now.
Let's get it.
Diamond rings, necklaces, Bebop and rock. I have no fear. That's the key. Become fearless. They program you to fear every damn thing in the first place. Everything.
Fear is control.
But just in case I don't want to go to hell, so just in case I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's just morality.
I'm gonna go ahead and be a Christian.
That's kind of morality.
Yeah.
They ain't telling you to do nothing that normal law-abiding citizens shouldn't do. Don't kill nobody.
Right.
Don't steal from nobody.
Right.
Don't lie. Honor your father and father. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Common sense.
It's common sense, bro.
That's why
I
all
don't need,
coaches
I
have
don't
the
need
same
an
principle.
instruction manual to be a good human being.
But it just depends on what vantage point you're coming from, because everybody doesn't have the same ethics.
Yeah, we all come from.
You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere
Everybody ain't
different.
gonna be a Christian or subscribe to those things, so that's where we get tricky.
Yeah, but when they do, when you see like Indian people as Christians, Koreans as Christians, people coming from other cultures,
That's 'cause of
switching up from
missionaries.
their culture and joining what they married into, which is very American.
On that note, welcome to another episode of Famous Podcast. I'm your host, Famous J, as always. With us, we have
And sauce.
CT.
Famous CT,
Yes, sir.
Art Reed.
Famous Art, New Age Basquiat, and
Oh,
we
Lord.
can jump back into the conversation, man.
So look,
Homage always.
I
Homage
wanted to
always.
ask you, bro, when we were talking outside, we were talking about all this like metaphysical, psychedelic shit, right? Do you believe in? Are you a Christian, or do you believe in God? Are you spiritual? When it comes to what we're talking about, reincarnation and karma and all these different things that shape our here and now and our present or future, do you believe in a higher being or some sort?
You have to. There has to be something over your limitations.
Right.
Because nobody's perfect. And the fact that we have these flaws, I call them perfect imperfections, because it's how we learn. Like, it's the only way you're going to learn, I'm tired of this shit because I've been doing it too long. So the only way you can do that is if you have a higher power to motivate you to do better than what you're doing in your limitation. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're able to show immanence through limitation. That's how we're able to show God, or the idea of God, through our limited abilities, by being inspired by something outside of the limitation of the physical body or the physical mind. It's like tapping into a frequency and on that vibe and creating shit that people are like, damn, that's on another level. Whether it's music, art, dance, whatever it is you do, sports, I don't care. Show them something that shows dedication, time, and energy, focus.
That's what
So-
it's about, energy.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah, there is a higher power.
What about you?
Of course. I believe in energy. Karma, what you put out is what you get back. So when I think about God, I think about the ultimate energy. So I put out bad energy, I'm out here doing bad stuff. Bad things are going to happen to me. That's that energy coming back. And God is that ultimate energy that controls everything. So that's why you can't hide from God. You can do it by yourself in a room, by yourself, shut down. That energy you putting out is going to have consequences and
Yeah. It's
repercussions.
coming at, so it's almost like you creating it.
Yeah.
It's like you God, but not like that.
That's why they say God is in you. Because
Yeah,
we all
yeah,
got
yeah,
energy in
yeah.
us. You know what I
Most
mean? But, definitely believe in God as that higher power, ultimate energy that controls everything that's going around. in the
I
universe.
concur.
What about you,
100%.
Jern?
I mean, I gotta say, you guys hitting nail on the head. It's kind of how I feel about it. I still believe it's definitely a version, I want to say, of us, a sentient version of us that created us. So when you say energy, it doesn't come from nowhere. It's created from something. It's never dispersed. So it had to be a higher form of our type of energy to create countless miniature versions of it. to recreate the multiple experiences that we get to kind of. It's like the Big Bang Theory. The star, or we could just say God in this theory, exploded. All the particles created all of us, and then through our experiences, it builds back up to that one whole.
Big Bang. And I like Big Bang. Some people like, oh, Big Bang Theory. I was like, but
What's that?
everything has a perspective. And depending on how you look at that, Big Bang, if you know yourself enough, then you can boom, separate yourself and know that it's coming back to the
crazy
core.
thing is, if all three of us were in different countries, we could create our own religions based off what we just said. But we basically all had the same. We basically all had the same central thing.
Exactly.
And that's what religion is.
So what do we do? Manipulate the masses, or do we say, yo, wait a minute, no manipulation. Let's see who relate.
Yeah.
And make it. And I think that's where we are now in the present. People are like, yo, no longer trying to control people. It's like, look, you neither this way or you're that. We'll know when we interact. We'll know what's going on.
What about you, bro? What about you?
Well, me personally, I do subscribe to Christianity. But yeah, I believe even more so.
He said, I subscribe.
He subscribed.
Subscribe to this channel.
I know it's a fruit of Christianity principles that you definitely don't describe in.
That exactly.
But that's a whole conversation.
Right. But with that being said, I feel like that's with any religion.
Do you feel like all homosexuals going to hell? All homosexuals.
Sorry.
I can't say that.
No matter how they live their life, no matter what. If they're homosexual, they're going to hell.
I personally don't believe that.
Do you think anybody that's not a Christian is going to hell? No,
Parental advisory.
No, we're good. We're good.
This is Do you think that anybody that's not a Christian is
heavy
going to hell?
content?
I don't think so.
So you're not a Christian?
Well, how you gonna say that?
Because those are Christian principles. You can't believe in 9 out of the 10 and say I'm still that.
Why not?
To be that, you have to believe in all of it.
Why not?
Because that's what it is.
Why not?
You can't say I'm this, but you don't believe in all the principles of it. I believe in this, that, and that, but I don't believe in that part of it. But I believe in that.
Why do I have to?
No, it doesn't work that way.
It absolutely.
So
doesn't work.
Say I'm a Democrat, but I like
this
some of the
is
Republicans.
that's what I'm saying. Why do I have to go?
It is not.
That's why politics are not real. You can't.
Because you also got to think about this. Things are interpreted in different fashions when it comes to this type of religion.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So they'll say these things, these principles don't apply to current day status.
You want to know when
this religion?
So,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you
and I understand.
So that's
from
what
a
I'm
simple
saying.
point of, if it says gay men is an abomination and they're going to hell, if you're a Christian, you're supposed to believe that. That's what it is, but it's just not that cut and dry.
I don't even, because I'm a realist, so I look at it like this. In Christianity, it says if you don't believe in Jesus, you are going to hell. But understand that there are people in China and Africa that are Buddhists, that are Muslim, and they believe in Allah, and they might, but no matter how they live their life, no matter what type of person they are, because they don't believe in Jesus,
I get what you're saying.
I can't subscribe to those rules of it, and because I can't call myself a Christian because I don't believe in all of it. That's just how I feel.
So let me ask you this. You don't believe in God either then? You don't believe in Jesus?
Yes, I do. I believe in God.
You believe in Jesus?
I believe in who Jesus was. No. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
You just messed it up.
Let me explain. I believe in who Jesus was. I don't know if that was his real name though.
It wasn't. His name wasn't Jesus. That's the problem.
I believe in who Jesus was.
Okay. Who was Jesus then? Who was he? Who was he to you? Who was he?
Okay, y'all gonna mess up the
No, tell me. Who was he?
Yeshua.
You believe
his name was Yeshua.
Hold on, time out. I want him to tell me who he was.
The Son of God. The ultimate prophet.
Wait. Hold on. No, stop. Before y'all get here. Okay, first of all, look. Y'all already on your own platforms. And understand that before you do this, let go of the ego of what you were programmed to know about that religion.
Right.
Because you're going to have the same energy that they have. And you don't want that.
Yeah.
You really want to talk about
Right.
what's different in Christianity now compared to the past, and if you are comfortable with that label.
Correct.
And I respect both of y'all because I know what you're saying. That label I can't claim because it's a label.
Right.
And that label entails what masonry. You a mason? Yeah, but that it's a lot going on there, and they won't even tell you everything till you get in. So what I'm saying is, there are certain viewpoints and principles that both of y'all agree with in Christianity.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean some people may claim Christianity, some people may not. But y'all both on the same.
It's the same.
on the
Correct.
same
That's what I
page.
said. We all had different perspectives, but it's all the same.
I just want to
But y'all wanna
know.
know if
I'm just asking from his perspective when he says that. Okay, because I feel like if you believe in Jesus,
Okay.
whatever you want to call him, who is the Son of God, your God, right? You got to go through Jesus to get to God.
But they programmed you to think that.
I mean, whatever his name is in your
Yeah,
religion.
but why are you going through someone
That's what,
human?
but if you so why?
You gotta,
So what is there to
we're
believe
gonna talk
in?
about this. We're gonna talk about
What is
all
there to
of this.
believe in then? Who is he to even believe in?
Exactly, but obviously his integrity and his nature has something to connect with all of us. We there's something in him that's in all
Well,
of
I
us.
got one question. Is Christianity more about God or Jesus?
Okay, stop.
Great.
Yes, that is a great question.
That's a whole
In
nother
my opinion, it's more about God because there's more about God in the Bible and His commandments and rules and testaments than Jesus.
Until when
Yes,
you get
it
to the New
is.
Testament, it's about Christ. But in the Old
Yes,
Testament,
yes, there's nothing about Christ. That's why you got BC, right, and
Yeah,
AD. So
yeah.
it's more about God
Yeah.
than Jesus when it comes to the actual
want to
literature
know a
in
fun
the
fact? Want to know a fun fact?
Bible.
If you were to get into a time machine today, like a real time machine, and go back to see Christ, and if you teleported or traveled to him and said, "Hey, Yahshua HaMashiach," or Yahshua, that's his name. Not Jesus came after many edits, but if you went to him and said, "Hey, I'm a Christian," you want to know what he would say?
The fuck is that?
What is that?
He would say,
fuck
"You
is
a
that?
who?"
What is that?
And you say, "I'm a Christian." He would say,
What is that?
"What is that?"
Right.
Because it came 100 years after he passed.
Correct.
So I'm gonna tell you something about that
Man-made.
later.
It's man-made.
But I shall return.
Definitely.
I feel it's decisive. I feel it's decisive. It gives you a reason. You see how we did. That's what it does.
Yes,
It
yeah.
happened, and I know better.
Yeah.
And it's divisive.
It is.
That's why I can't subscribe to a certain label because it's divisive.
right. It's
I come in here, I
divisive.
say I'm a Christian. This man is a Muslim. Boom, that's divisive already.
Yeah.
But our principles, our ultimate understanding of it is the same. So why have these labels that? And that's my thing about it.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. For sure.
I was raised Baptist. I've been baptized 2 times in my life. So trust me, I was raised in the church. Yes, I see my mama sing and give people the Holy Ghost. I sung in the choir, all that. That's how I was raised. But as I got older and I started to research and I started to learn the world, then I started to gain my own perspective. And I can't keep just going with just because I was raised that way. You know, and I got my own mind, and that's ultimately when I know better, I have to do better.
Right.
Period. I can't know something and then still be ignorant.
Right.
That's what ignorance is in my mind. So,
Right.
yeah, man. I believe in God 100%, but I just can't call myself just a Christian. I believe in God. I'm very spiritual. I pray all the time.
Yeah.
Why
I
you
talk to
so
him
you
all
said
the
you don't
time.
like labels? Why do you keep calling him the higher being God? Then? 'Cause that's a Christian term.
Yeah.
God is God, bro.
That's a Christian term.
Okay, you can say
Yeah,
Allah. But
who
that-
did you
I just
got?
told you I was raised Baptist. I was raised.
That's what I'm saying.
you
See what I'm
can't-
saying? You gonna differentiate.
So what am I gonna call him?
Hold on.
So
Higher being.
am I gonna call him Allah?
Higher being.
I was never
No.
a Muslim.
Here's the thing, though. If you don't,
So I just
agree
called
to
him
the
higher
label of
being?
Christianity,
That was a good
you
point
cannot
though.
agree
Because you
to the
keep
main
calling
label.
God, but God
That's
is
the
part of
Christian label.
Christianity.
That's the main thing.
Christianity has God. Muslims have Allah, and
What does Buddha say?
They all the same though.
They all the same.
but God is a Christianity term.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this right
They're
now.
all the same person.
So
They're
first of
all
all,
the same.
look, everybody need to drop their tradition right quick. Because if you carry your tradition with you, we're gonna be arguing because it's a pattern. It's a habitual pattern. But the thing is, I know what you saying. I know what he's saying. But we have to take away what man made as labels to place on it. We got to pull them labels off and go like,
take the religion out of it.
Yeah.
When you take the religion out of it, it's all the same.
It is.
That's what messed me up about it.
But what you saying is, like, if you look at the model, you're saying Christ, Jesus, you're going to hell if you don't believe in this. And people start thinking about the man and like, oh, I got to worship. And that's a pagan thing to worship. And they told you in the 10 Commandments, like, don't worship any idols, any man, any image, any physical thing. And that's where we got to start doing our own research.
Well, it says idols. I think it's idols before God.
Yeah. But Christ didn't even want you to worship him. When he was alive, in the red, you read the red, Christ was like, when you fell on your knees, he was like, get up. I'm going to clean your feet because you are my brother. Right. I am here to be your equal and to show you that you can do things greater than me. Mm-hmm. And one thing he said, when Christ came here, you want to know his main principles? Love yourself, find yourself, respect yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself. And you are not far from the kingdom. He didn't say fall and worship me. He said it starts with you. And we are connected to the Father.
And you know what that really means?
And the Father lives in me.
Think about that Big Bang Theory. We blew ourselves apart to all these particles, but once you find out who you are, you're able to connect with others. We're slowly getting back to the whole.
I'm mad together.
And that's what we're doing. And so what he's saying, but I'm going to tell you something that, like, chop this in half. What Christ represented was divine love. Divine love manifested in the physical form. So he could connect with the physical beings. Mm-hmm. Meaning it wasn't his physical form that we're trying to praise and worship. It was the nature of divine love. Because without love, you can't connect to anything that exists.
Love is the
And when he said you can't get to me except you can't get to the Father except through me, he meant you can't get to heaven or the Creator unless you accept divine love in your heart, in your spirit, soul, because that connects the entire universe. So it was a model for us to understand. Go in yourself, connect, don't lie to yourself, be honest with yourself, and then you can be honest with everybody else and connect because now you're integrated.
Right.
And he was like, me, I'm you. You are me. We are all atoms to this molecule creating this big body, scales of reality. And that was the point. But what happened was religion and man made it a paganistic thing where you worship a person.
Right.
The money, they what they did it to manipulate.
Right.
And that's the thing that we were programmed
they
without
broke
context.
us off with it.
Yeah.
Slave days. So
but you understand it from your heart,
right?
That Christ did things in a way where it mentored you.
Correct.
And you realize I am Christ and Christ is in me, and I realize I connect to this, so I get how I go through those principles to get to the infinite.
Right.
You realize.
The best way to look at the labels of religion is kind of like meditation mantras. It's just something that makes it easier for you to remember what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So, based off your culture, it's a lot easier to subscribe to the religion of your culture. That's what everybody else is, the majority is doing. Yeah. And it just makes it easier to connect if you really do it right. But most people just, everybody want to be in the club.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be in the gang.
But look at the society we're in. No wonder we're this way.
Of course.
We're this way because nobody wants us to be in power. They want us to work a 9 to 5 and conform to.
Well, we were all connected, and the people that's really in power wouldn't have power. So,
But something new happening. Like
it's all about design, trust me.
Yeah,
it's not accident.
And like we all connect for a reason. And it's so funny seeing our parents, our grandparents, our culture come out of us.
Yeah.
When we really feel something and we're passionate, and instead of shutting each other down, how about be like, yo, I feel you. Like I understand it. I celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
But now let's get real transparent with it. That way we know.
We absolutely getting there.
Imagine
like 3 generations from now. I'm pretty sure nobody would lie at that point.
You know what?
Nobody would have.
Are we creating that? Are we creating that reality?
Lie?
Yeah,
I think we're perpetuating more lies.
People are gonna lie regardless.
People lie on Instagram.
They're
gonna go crazy in 3 generations. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Shit, these rappers gonna be. Everybody gonna have a.
Stop it. How we go to the opposite to the other end coming from this? It's all right.
We went from the Flintstones to the
You
Jets.
gotta have a paradox. You gotta have the ugly and the beautiful, the light, the dark, the hard, the soft. They come together. You right
I'm
though.
liking this one.
But on
It's
this
a little
level,
easy at first, but you guys brought it back.
in the social, in like a, we the same ecosystem.
For sure.
Ain't no lies there. The lies is for the gullible out there that don't know who they are. You know, and social media, social media. It's always an image. It's always a dog and pony show. But look, when it come down to like, you wake up, you go to sleep. What's around you? It shouldn't be no fucking lies. That's all I'm saying. If it is, man, good luck.
Truth.
Little Kim.
What's going on in your mind?
Let me not name drop. I'm sorry, my bad. But I was about to name a bunch of celebrities that, you know.
Man, you helping me. You get the lyrics together so I can sing some shit in here, and then if it ain't worth it, it ain't got to go there.
Oh yeah, we can always try it out here.
But I wanna try it here where it's a safe, comfortable
That's what
space.
this is for.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's what this is for.
Because I feel like I can do it.
That's what this is for.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like how I'm feeling right now.
You know how much stupid shit we done recorded in here?
That's what I'm saying. Right now, how I'm feeling right now, I would definitely want to get in that bitch.
Man, we have to do this.
You can. Dead ass serious. I'll stay.
After we finish this,
I'll stay.
Can you actually sing on the
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can, bro.
I can sing, bro.
You just-
I promise you. I'm
You
just shy.
Just professional. Yeah.
What type of style you like? What's your favorite R&B singer?
Man, I got a range. I can go like
Give me three.
from Pleasure P, right? And that's a nigga that, you know what I'm saying, does the R&B shit. Pleasure P, Trey Songz, Jamie Foxx.
I love Jay. Okay, I got some.
You know what I'm saying?
We
So
gotta go through some beats.
definitely, it's definitely more on a, like this is vibe. This a vibe here. Ty Dolla $ign. You know what I'm saying? This nigga can't sing, but it's just the melodies. You feel
That's
me?
it.
So if I can get the melodies,
You just gotta learn how to match your beat, your voice to the beat. That's all it
correct.
is.
And if I can sit here and try it out and actually see what happens, and if it ain't shit, fuck it. I don't got no stake in it, but I want to actually try it. And bro came with me. We fucked around, but I was singing other people's songs, and I was drunk as fuck. I was trying to do a cover. I was trying to do two covers. So I was trying to do the Chris Brown.
He was so
cover.
drunk he had to sit down.
Yeah, and he was like, I was,
He got drunk. He was like, "Oh, we about to go." All right, hold on.
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I fucked up because I was nervous. I was nervous, right?
Had to calm your nerves.
Right.
Anxiety.
And then I was also with a nigga that.
Sidebar. I got a toot my own horn. Who set up the studio session for me?
Yeah, bro, set it up for me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
my
But I'm just
I've
saying
been doing
that.
this
But
shit.
listen though, Jern, because that's not about that. Fuck you.
I just had to toot.
You recorded already?
I just had
It's
to.
a pre-show shit.
I'm
had to
just
put me in
saying that to say that it's not nothing new. You feel what I'm saying? I actually had a dude that I was doing vocal lessons with that came to the crib. You were there too at that time, weren't you? You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, out the blue. We're talking about 14, 15.
Yeah, that was about.
That was way before Calvin.
It was after Wake Up Now because that's how I met
So
John.
that's 2014,
So it had to be about
2015.
2014.
You see what I'm saying? So, but I've never had that safe place, right, where it's judgment free and I can goddamn actually
Oh, got you.
fully express myself without judgment
What
and
you do
try
with the cans,
things.
bro?
You know what I'm saying?
Took him back outside. Bro. This is
So,
my
yeah.
living room.
Oh, so
I
that's how
definitely
you
want
feel
to
about my.
No.
shit is here.
Got you.
Is it?
No,
So
all
shit,
right, check
that's
this out.
actually
That's what
try
the shit's
it.
for.
You wanted it in the
That's what
house.
shit
You would've
for.
put it in
That's
there
the whole
while you were
point.
gone.
Famous Productions, everybody
Bruh.
famous, bro.
Every place
Everybody
has
famous.
everything has.
like
I'm just
that.
OCD.
You
Just
got
like
something
OCD.
you
I thought
want
we
to
were
do, you
done. I know
got
it was
security,
recording.
you
That's
got
why I did
it.
Thank you for
That's the
chopping it
whole
up.
concept. That's
how you got OCD.
Thank you for saying because we really do have
If you
OCD.
could have been,
I need you to keep it though.
If I had a better vacuum, I would have vacuumed this whole fucking carpet.
Yeah,
before we
on
started.
on my
Vacuum is trash.
about 2 months, you should be.
So I got a guy coming. He's gonna take all this carpet off from get lamb and put in.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to another episode of Famous Podcast.
Fucking singing, bro.
Welcome to another episode of Famous Podcast. I'm your host, Famous J, as always, and to my left we have
FaymousHen.
Famous CTZ.
Who
$30,000.
am I today? No. You know, y'all already know who I am.
Mr. R.
No need
Mr.
to give an
Mr.
introduction.
Mr. Art.
hold on one
Mr.
second, guys.
R.
1, 2, 3. That's just for editing purposes.
Okay.
Make it easy if I want to cut it out.
Most deaf.
Yeah, man. So we back up in this thing, man. We had a nice discussion. I won't say it was a heated discussion. You know what I'm saying? But it was a
Fire is good.
it was a definitely an in-depth discussion, man. So y'all check that out on the other video. Right now, what we talking
He might
about?
combine them. It's gonna be one like
part 1.
Part
It'll
one,
be part one,
part
part
just
two.
probably be part.
But I want to get on the topic because us as black men, a lot of times we don't really have safe spaces that we can, you know, address issues that we have, whether they're internal or external, and a lot of things that we come across in our day-to-day lives. One of which is co-parenting. So I have a child. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I know Journey doesn't have any children
No, I
yet.
do. My daughter's
Oh, you got a child, bro?
she's like almost 5 months.
Okay.
I'm talking about Jinx, bro. My
Come
daughter.
on, dog. I was about to say,
I was about to say, you fucked me up. You ain't got no kids.
I seen that seriously and I was like, no, I gotta explain
Yeah.
it
It's
real
in my
quick.
head when
But I'm not discrediting you being a doggy
doggy
daddy.
parent, yeah.
But we're talking about human
doggy
beings.
daddy.
When you got human beings, you got to deal with a co-parent. So that's the difference. You ain't got to deal with a co-parent.
That's true.
So that's what we're getting
Yeah, I'm
to.
just gonna be listening. Y'all really might determine
So,
whether or not I get a baby.
I
mama
mean,
or
hey
not.
man, you better soak this game up. But like I said, I got a 2-year-old
I have a 10-year-old and a 3-year-old and one on the way.
and one on the way,
Trey
2.5.
Oh, we can't say that. Damn.
Yeah,
try.
multiple.
16 and 4.
All right, so
You got how many?
we got
Oh no, 16, 8, and 4.
so we got 16 and
Yeah.
4. We got a
Two.
2-year-old, and we got
10,
10,
3, and one on the
3
way.
and one on the way. All right,
Fresh
so
pack.
Fresh junk.
in my experiences, I feel like sometimes co-parenting in my situation, I'm not with my child's mother. Sometimes I feel like it's damn near impossible for me to be as effective as I need to be or I feel like I should be in my daughter's life due to the fact that I'm having to go through another person.
Impossible is a strong word, but I feel
Damn near impossible.
damn near impossible. Yeah.
Okay? So it's still a little glimmer of
I'm saying
hope.
it's tedious. It's not
But
possible.
it's so draining at times
Definitely draining.
to the point where I could be getting ready to call the baby mama and I get a whole nother level of stress and anxiety.
Wow! Thanks for like sharing that.
I mean,
Thanks
I'm
for
just keeping it
sharing
real.
that reality. Like,
But I'm quite sure I'm not the only person that goes through where like you think about your child, you want to call your child, you want to see your child, you know
No.
I got to call,
Well,
I got to call.
just
gotta
just
go
for a
through a
moment.
I got to go through this.
Gotta
man.
go through the
Just
gate.
20 seconds of realizing you want to talk to your child. But the layers that come behind that is you got to deal with the child's mother. Meaning there's a whole nother level of what you're comfortable with. Because all we want to do is talk about if our children had phones, which they do now, but when they get a certain age, it's cool because we can talk to them. But when we got to go through the co-parent to get to the child, you never know what walls or what arrows they want to shoot before you even get to talk to your seed.
It's a power
So
struggle. It's
that's
power
a complex. It's already a complex we have to deal with before we get to where we want to be.
Now,
That's all I'm saying.
it's a lot easier when your daughter's 10,
Real shit.
when your daughter's 16. But like just from my scope, right? I got a 2-year-old.
Oh yeah, she ain't got no phone.
So she don't have a phone.
Yeah,
she can't
yeah,
call
yeah.
a phone. She can't dial a
Yeah.
phone. So
You gotta go through
if
the
I want to
gate.
FaceTime, see my baby on FaceTime, because, COVID and stuff like that's been going on. So, my baby actually had COVID. So that was a whole
Yeah.
8
They-
days.
they- lessons
You know what I'm
that she
saying?
had to-
Being in quarantine, right? So I can't go and see her physically. So I got to call her mom and hope that she'll answer the phone. Not to say that she don't answer like that, but still.
But you
right?
hear the history in his
You
voice.
know how it goes. So it's like, right?
Y'all
So
have
it's
a bad
like,
relationship. Or y'all
I'm not gonna say we had a bad relationship, but once it was understood that we wasn't finna be together, and I
changed.
found another individual,
Oh,
That's what-
Yeah.
that's what-
Now there's personal.
that's what
There's
caused
personal
the
tension
rift.
between the mother and father, meaning she can manipulate the situation to use the child as a pawn. Like, if you don't do this, you can't talk to her.
So case in point.
Oh,
So I had
Come on.
my
The reality of
girlfriend,
the
my
situation.
girlfriend that I'm with right now, and I've been with her for a year. You know, and I feel as though I'm going to marry her, and we're gonna get into marriage because you got a ring on your finger.
You married.
So
I'm married to the
this is the
game.
one I felt like I want to marry, and in essence, and I'm gonna give y'all some. I gotta give y'all a backstory. So when she found out that I was with this individual, she was like, "Okay, cool. It's alright. I feel like you played me or whatever. You know how that goes."
because she went with
Were you
nobody.
honest with her about everything beforehand?
Now,
Did you act like y'all was gonna be together and then you
no.
just did it?
See. Here's the thing. So now that goes back even further to when this baby was conceived and how this baby was conceived. You understand? You understand?
By sex, right?
But under the terms and conditions.
Okay, wait.
Were y'all ever
Don't
in a
get too deep.
relationship?
It's gonna be longer than you want it to be.
Right. And that's besides
she
the point.
said.
But he threw
Yeah.
that wrench in there. But
Yeah.
but just to give y'all a preface, we weren't never in a relationship.
Oh.
Okay, we never went together, and we got pregnant within about 3 months. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
like
you know
that.
that's
we
that.
got pregnant. I like that.
That's that stage. Yeah, we got pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Ownership.
It
Real
wasn't-
co-parent.
It wasn't
Like
planned,
True Blue.
but you know what I'm saying. It was what it was, and I was already in my early 30s, so.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? And she already had a child. She's in her
Oh, so
late
the maturity
30s.
might be there. It's
Okay, so anyway.
yeah.
Guess not.
So after she finds out that I'm actually with the individual, because you know the baby mamas don't really trip if they think you out here just hoeing and everything, and there's nothing
You trying to
really,
settle down?
there's
You
nothing
resting
really
on me.
stable. There's nothing. He just hoeing around until he
Nobody
settles down.
has your time.
Yeah, he's
Nobody
gonna come.
has
Yeah, he
your
just got all the hoes anyway. So when he finally settles down, you know.
He coming back to me.
Right, but there's no back to come to. So when you find out, okay, now I see him in a relationship with a woman, I start comparing myself to her, and why I'm not her,
Nah.
or why you want to be with her, why you want to do these things with her,
Why not me?
but you never tried, you didn't try with me, or it was because it wasn't based on that.
Oh,
Those
wait,
interactions-
oh, okay, wait, stop. Don't get into the personal. Let's focus on co-parenting, like
Okay.
trying to put ourselves aside for the betterment of our child.
Right.
And that's hard when you don't relate to the other person.
But here's my thing,
And
and
I
I didn't
feel like
want to
that's
make
what
I didn't want to make it personal, but it is personal to
Yeah,
a certain
it is.
degree.
It
But
is.
what
It
what
is.
my vantage point and what I'm speaking. So my thing is, now that you see me here with this individual and you're here, I don't want my baby around this person.
Oh,
But there
You're not
is
the only
no
one. You're not the
there
only
is
one.
no
Issue.
nothing
There is no issue.
But sometimes we can make an issue up.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a teacher.
In our mind, yes, she's a teacher. She's actually going through her doctorate program.
So she deals with
So
kids.
she deals with
on a
kids.
daily basis.
This is not like we talking about an alley cat or anything like that. This woman is
Well,
prestige.
but this is the thing. I'm gonna be blunt. Vaguely, all women do it.
Definitely.
If you get with somebody and they don't know them like that, oh, it's a thing. First of all, I gotta know who this is, and I don't know them. It's an issue. I don't want them around my child.
I
So
get
now,
it.
yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
Now, so now let me get through that bullshit.
Yeah, it's
So
you gotta get through.
But listen though, it's all done. So no, let's get
I'm
to
sorry,
it.
my bad.
So listen, I need to know
You bringing some
who's
of my experience in
around,
this.
who's around my baby, because I don't even know her. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna give you a phone number. So now they're texting and talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now they link up and go have hibachi
There you go.
with the baby.
There you go. There you
I'm like,
go.
okay,
Like,
cool.
yes.
Now,
Kumbaya.
yes, kumbaya.
Hold on. What wrong? Something wrong. What?
Yeah, go
We human. Things always happen.
But I'm just
That
showing
was a
you
good
the
step
effort,
forward.
the effort that's
That
being
was a good
put
step
in.
forward.
Because I can understand you saying you don't want a stranger around your kid.
Yeah,
Cool.
I got you.
All right, so now we
I ain't
eat.
gonna lie. That's
We
some
eat.
shit
Yeah, that's a
right
prayer.
there.
All right, so we do the. I don't go. I ain't going.
Okay, it's all.
That's y'all. Y'all set up.
Yeah.
Y'all meet. Y'all
I get
talk. She meets the baby.
If you gonna talk the talk,
right,
walk the
right,
walk.
right,
Let's see what
right.
happens.
So they do all that. Now, successful dinner. Okay, I met her. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. Okay, yeah, she's nice. Woo woo. I'm like, all right, cool. So this is the level of stress that's off my black ass, right?
Oh.
All right, I thought. So, time progresses. Now they got constant communication because the baby mama is starting to goddamn really trying to throw shade and salt
Towards you or her?
towards me.
Through her.
To her.
About you.
Correct.
As always.
Now, keep in mind, she has a history of these things. So not only did she do this same thing with my mama, because you know mama ain't gonna want, my mama's one of the ones, she's an empath. She definitely don't want no woman out here talking about I'm doing this, that, and the third, right? So I had to fight through that. Mom, nah, woo, 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 woo. She looking at me sideways, but I'm like, all right, she got to get over that. You feel me? She done hit, bruh.
Man, expanding your.
My homeboy, my best friend now.
Your baby mama?
Throwing salt, yeah.
Baby mama, my best friend. She
That sounds familiar.
he whoop the whoop.
Yeah,
He this, he that, and the third. You feel me?
Downgrade him as a father.
Downgrade me. Talking. I'm talking about talking all kinds. All
Blasphemy.
All right.
Christ-like.
And I'm not gonna say what I did. You know what I'm saying? Or
What
what
happened?
me and
What
my
happened?
family have done. Nah. But these same patterns is going into this newfound relationship with my girl finna be wife. So you're telling her these same negative traits about me, and of course she comes and tells me, and it's like, yeah, man, because I've already told everything. I'm just like Rabbit off of 8 Mile. Okay?
So at this point, is she still cool? Because the problem ain't with your
what happened,
girl.
bro?
It's with
I'm
you.
out.
son.
Let's get to the. So now we got a month of texting back and forth, sending pictures of the baby. Woo the woo. I'm talking about this. It's flowing, right?
Get to the meat
All
and
of a
potatoes.
sudden, the baby mama hits my girl up and says, "Hey, my friend told me you was talking shit about me on Facebook. I just don't know how to think right now." Now keep in mind, my girl, like he said, she's an educator, right? She's AKA. She's goddamn in a doctorate program right now, so she already has a certain level of.
So we get it. She ain't do it, basically.
She got a little
No,
prestige.
she has a certain level of
Respect.
prestige and respect for herself,
She
right?
don't even do no
That-
bullshit like that.
But she had to come down to where I'm at to make herself subjected to even doing that.
Are you saying she did? Your girl did that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, on her end, most women that's in that position, they don't give a fuck about meeting no baby mamas or
course not.
none of that. Like what?
Got to.
That's more of a
She
stress
did it
to me,
'cause she
like-
cared about you.
Exactly. So, like I said, she came down, right?
It's not coming down. She did it out of love. It's
Well,
respect for you.
but at the end of the day, she ain't got no kids. You understand? So she still came down, fuck with a nigga with
I
a
don't
child.
like that.
I
I
mean,
like
it
that.
is,
Not
bro.
come
At the end
down,
of the
She
day,
conformed.
she
ain't
she
come down.
conformed because even if I had a kid and we never discussed that, hey man, I want you to talk to her, man, get to know
I
her.
got
You know what I'm saying?
you,
So
I
she's
got you.
busting her ego. Her ego is like, I don't need to know her ass. For
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
But
she could have cut you off. Like, and be like,
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much stress.
I see what you're saying.
I gotta
I
push
get
back
what
on
you're
that
saying.
because she do have to know her.
If she wanna fuck
if she
with me-
wants to be, if she want to
Right.
be in your life, if she wants to be your other half,
Your wife,
she
needs
has
to
to
know the mother
have
of your
that
child.
relationship with your baby's mama, so your child can't come over there. So that is a requirement.
Right, and that's a
I agree with
requirement for me. But what I'm saying
It is a requirement for her too.
if she want to be with
if she
you.
want to be with
So
you.
that shows the effort that she put in by actually entertaining the situation.
Right.
So for you to hit her when she's like, "Hey, I ain't heard from you. How's the baby doing?" Woo. Now she's got connected to the baby. You see what I'm saying? Now she's asking about the baby. Her mama and them asking about the baby. She came to the birthday party.
Man, that shit.
I had the Elmo suit on. I brought my girlfriend to the birthday party
You
where
had
her
Elmo
parents
suit?
and them was there. Yeah, I wore the Elmo suit.
Take it. You got a picture, right?
Yeah, we
And
got
this is how you cultivate.
but I had the Elmo suit on. I had my
Yes,
girl there. My mama and daddy was at the birthday party. Her parents was at the birthday party. Her friends was there. Her family was there. So everybody seen I brought this girl here. So it's not a question or a secret.
Bro, what happened? What happened after the text message?
So like I said, my girl hit her. Oh, hey, how's everything? I heard you was talking about me on Facebook. My friend said you talking about me on Facebook. She's like, what? Huh?
Do that.
I don't have time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even thinking
To do that.
to talk about you on
Now
Facebook,
you're
and we're not
dealing
even
with,
in a
like,
bad place.
Levels of maturity because of your child.
Correct.
Like, and trying to be the middle. Okay, listen.
So you tell me. So after this conversation, now I'm getting the distant. I'm getting played distant, and I'm like, all right, hey, I need to come get my baby. Woo, woo. She's like, hey, if you're gonna take her over there, I don't really want my baby over there right now. Maybe when she starts talking,
Wow.
when she can start talking, then maybe we can revisit the
you're not
situation.
alone.
And I'm not gonna argue with you about it.
You're not
I'm not
alone.
gonna discuss it. It just is what it is. And if you
You're
can't
not
handle
alone.
it, I understand. That was the message I got. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you said your child is how old?
2.
Yo, it don't get better until 4 or 5ish.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so
Like,
in my
at
opinion,
that moment.
So it's like, not only do you don't want me to bring the baby, because me and Shawty slick live together.
Yeah.
You feel me?
The fiance.
Yeah, well, I'm not finna, like, we finna move in together. So it's like, okay, you don't want her around my girl, but this is where I live at.
Not
Yeah.
realistic.
It's not realistic.
Reality
So now you're
comes in,
infringing
though, and
upon
straightens everything
my
out.
ability to be a present and active father to the fullest degree.
But listen, but you also need to communicate to her, if you keep me from my child, that's on you. And you got to let everybody be responsible for
Right.
what they're doing.
Right.
And right now, this is a reality situation. So meaning, it's okay. I've been through the same shit.
Right.
But let it happen, but also let people be responsible for what they're doing.
But see, that's the thing. The level
Yeah.
of accountability on me is never equal.
It's never
See what I'm
equal.
saying?
I know,
So that's
okay.
so that's the
It's
problem.
okay.
I understand
It's okay.
what you're saying.
No,
but
it's okay.
Nobody, they're not gonna take
I
that
know,
level of
man.
responsibility.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be this, that, and the third, and everything else, or whatever
gotta
you
be a
dream it
neo
to be. But in the
Let
same
me tell you
sense,
something that you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say.
You gotta suck it up.
She love you. And she
Yeah.
wanted to love you.
Right.
Like you and this chick are loving each other.
Right.
And I don't want to say chick, but that's how she see it.
Right.
She's
Just-
like, how you gonna love somebody and I got your
Right,
child?
right,
So
right.
there's a complex that she has to work through in order to get on the
Every
same
female
page.
wants
Right.
that fairy tale where
And
the
it ain't
mother
right
and
or
the
wrong.
father
It's
of the
something we have
child
to
and
deal
them
with
all
at
that.
times when we're
Right.
being like
and
honest.
it's a delicate.
Yeah.
It's delicate for the male in that regard
Yeah.
to try to balance. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I
Trying to
said,
be bigger than
we
you.
got pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
love how you keep saying we.
I didn't.
Involvement.
it wasn't like, hey, you gonna get this baby, have this baby, you gonna get married, and all the
You
things
was always
that.
honest with her about the situation.
Right. So, and that hurts too because originally it's like, hey, well, if you don't want the baby, then you know what I'm saying, you could just go on and I'm just gonna do
No,
my own
we don't
thing.
do that. That
I'm
ain't
gonna,
us.
you ain't got to be a part of the baby life. Woo de woo, woo de woo. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, first off, I'm an only child. You know what I'm saying? My parents, they've been waiting on grandkids. I was 31 years old. You feel me? It's not like I'm finna be no deadbeat. That's not in my blood. That's not my lineage. And you know what I'm saying? That's just not
Even
how
that type of man,
how
we
we're
famous.
raised. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like I got
I
a
got a question
whole
for you.
daddy out here. Like he ain't going for that. If he was in my
Yeah,
life the
bro.
whole time, like what do you mean? So
I ain't raised you like that.
yeah, and I couldn't even do that. You feel me? But it's
Yeah.
just like he didn't have to co-parent though. Like he told me, I ain't have to
Yeah.
co-parent, so I
It was
can't really
different.
help you with that shit because
Yeah.
I ain't have to do that.
But nobody in this room will forgive you if you did not continuously try to be a part of your kids'
It's all
life.
it takes.
Right.
We do not take excuses.
No,
Let me ask,
honestly-
what's the current status of the situation? Are you able to get your child freely, or is it a restriction?
I mean, currently I can get the baby, but when I get the baby, she calling my mom and them like, yeah, they should be coming over there, and that's where I have to take her.
so you can only
That's
chill with your
fine.
baby at your mama's house.
That's fine.
You can't get your baby and take her to where you reside and
No.
where you live.
So let me tell you.
Unless I take her to my
Okay.
apartment, but I don't
Yeah,
be in
she
my
don't want the girl to
apartment.
be there.
So let me tell you this.
She don't want the girl around, but this is where I got an apartment, bro. But I'm just paying bills there right now because me and Shawty done got so official where we finna live together. You know what I'm saying? Like we finna really.
that's- and
I'm
that's
finna
the-
propose in a minute. I'm gonna
that's
have
gonna be
y'all
a
boys at the
breakthrough.
wedding and everything.
Oh, man, I can't put
You
this
know what
out.
I'm
Like,
saying?
she might see it.
Who?
It's gonna be a breakthrough
Your
reality.
fiance.
No, we talk about it. She's on my ass.
Oh, sure. Okay.
She's like, nigga, what you doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we
But
doing?
see, this is
So
the part-
she don't have kids. You see what I'm saying? So
She went to
she
marriage
wants to
before
do it
y'all
the
tried.
right way, and I was supposed to do it the right way, but you
got you a
know,
good one, man.
we
For
got
real.
pregnant. So
Damn, you really got you a good one.
what I say all that to say is it's tough. Like I feel as though the development of my child suffers, and with it with having these type of restrictions, which leads me to where I want to get to you two individuals, because both of y'all have at least babies with two people, right?
I got a lot.
So my first question to both of y'all can go whoever want to go first. Do you feel as though the baby that and I know up yours up until recent, right? Do you feel as though the baby that came with the relationship develops faster or better than the baby that comes from the goddamn baby mama
That you're not with.
that you're not with? You see what I'm saying?
I think both relationships can thrive the same way. So it's all about time management and treating this as a business. And I hate to say it like that, but this is a business transaction.
If you
When
paying,
when
yeah,
you're
it's business.
co-parenting is business transaction, it can't be any feelings involved. When feelings are involved, that's when people start doing other things that are not in the child's best interest, but in the best interest of your feelings. So that's where it's at. Me and my first baby mama with my 10-year-old, we haven't had a sexual encounter probably in about eight years since she was 2. She's 10 now. She has a boyfriend that she lives with. I'm cool with him. I got his number on my phone. I can call him and ask him to pick my baby up if I need to. We have a strictly co-parent friendship relationship, so it's gravy. She can call me about anything she needs, whatever. It's all about the child, and there's no extra feelings involved.
But how long did it take you to get to that point?
It took a while.
With a 10-year child, how?
What age?
What age do you feel things got to run at this level of smoothness?
So I made the decision that I was not going to do anything sexual with her if I knew I wasn't going to be with her, first of all.
How old was your child at that point?
She was about 2.
Okay.
So for about the next year, maybe 2 years, it was a little salty, a little rocky.
Yeah.
But once she got a boyfriend, once she met somebody and she got a boyfriend and she really wasn't worried about me in that aspect anymore, that's when our friendship started to thrive and the co-parenting became very easy. In your situation, it sounds like, she got to move on.
Right.
And when she does move on, I don't think she'll have so much boundaries on what you're doing.
But she told,
but
see, y'all saying that, but she told my girl that she got somebody that she's dating.
No, she don't.
Well, then guess what, bro?
Now, whether she said it and it was true or not, it's just a simple fact of.
You need to do the same thing. Do not have my
So
baby
who is
around
this?
no guy I do not
Have you
know.
met this guy?
No, do not do
Is
that.
this guy around your kid?
You don't
You
even
don't
know.
even know.
No.
So
The
that's
same
my
way she acting,
thing.
you need
That's
to be
my
acting.
thing. I
You need
think
to be on her ass.
I
man.
think society has trained
double
us.
standard.
Society has trained us to be the subordinate as the man in the
I'm
relationship.
pissed off for you, dog.
When it comes to a
she doing
female-
the exact same. That's double standards, bro.
So
The
you
female
know
has
the
no
guy's
control.
name?
But I don't know if that.
Please,
I can't say that individuals around the baby or
Or
the
she
daughter.
should-
it
I
does.
don't know.
Okay, at the end of
So-
the day,
but my thing-
she never brought it to me though. This pillow talk, this girl talk.
This is how I would feel in your situation. I don't know where you take my child. You take my child over your friend's house and here and there. I don't know where she's at or who she's around. So how, when I get her, you're going to control that? As her father, you should trust that I'm not going to have her in a situation or environment that's detrimental to her.
I agree.
So if you feel this strongly, it's kind of, I feel disrespected because that's basically saying you don't trust my decision on who she's around. So now you got to take charge.
okay.
Now, hold on. Now I want
It's a power struggle.
Now we getting to you, brother. You got a 16-year-old and how old?
4-year-old.
All right. So is a 16-year? That's your previous relationship, the 16-year-old.
16-year-old is my biological child. This is the one that I spit out along with, the union.
So you was with the mama when she got pregnant?
7-8 years.
Was this like a high school love or was this?
Well, out of high school for her, and we got together, moved to Atlanta, had a daughter. We ended up splitting up 6 years afterwards, and co-parenting began.
Okay, so was she still in Atlanta and you was in Augusta?
Oh, she's still in Atlanta.
Okay, so she's been in Atlanta.
Been in Atlanta.
And
Like,
did
straight
you,
up.
after y'all split, is that when you came back to Augusta or either
Yeah,
way,
well-
how long was it that you stayed in Atlanta after y'all split, would you say?
After we split, I was already here because we didn't split until we couldn't compromise. And when we couldn't compromise and she wanted to stay there and not come here, we split.
Okay.
So, and that was in 2008. And now it's 2022.
So how old was the baby?
Woo!
Like 3 years old?
3, 4, 5-ish.
Okay.
But it was like I went every other weekend to get her and bring her here.
Okay.
On the weekends, holidays, and everything to make sure I had
presence.
yeah,
her
like a relationship with her.
Right.
Yeah, I was up and down from Atlanta, but it didn't fucking matter about that. It was about me being there for her no matter what her mama did.
Right.
She could be like, nigga, I ain't coming to meet you halfway, none of that. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna come get her. Like, I'm gonna make sure this pattern happens. And with that,
Pause. And with that,
and with that, the action spoke louder than the words. And what happens is, over time, they have no choice but to respect what you've done. And that's really because we wasn't agreeing on shit, and it was like I had to show her I'm not this all gifted gab talk dude.
That's the trap.
I'm finna just do the shit I gotta do.
That's the trap.
And whatever the fuck you saying, say it.
See, a lot of guys,
whatever you do it.
A lot of guys let that relationship between them and their baby mama dictate the time they spend with their
Exactly, and that's where you fuck up.
falling
Your
into
mama
what
wouldn't
they
let me
want
see
to
you,
happen.
so I didn't. It's like
That's
no,
what they want
don't
to
do
happen.
that. Yeah.
So the fact that
Most
you do
definitely.
anything, okay, you conform, you bend, you do, okay, this the problem, I'll do that. If that's the problem, I'll do that. And they keep trying to come up with problems.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what, and that's
focus
basically
on
how
your
things
child.
got because, you know, when she said, I don't want my baby around her, I know
They
if you
gonna
can't
say that.
handle it,
They
if you
gonna
can't
say
handle it,
automatically to
it
get
is
you.
what it is.
To try to get you.
Yeah,
Whatever that is.
because in the past I popped up with my eyes buck and oh, we coming over here. I don't wear it's foolish, you know what I'm saying? And I learned
That's my
that.
child.
But
Like,
then
no.
I learned that me doing what is that does nothing.
Yeah.
It does nothing, bro. I go over there, act the fool, cuss out, act crazy. It just makes it worse.
So this is the next step. If you can't get what you need with dealing with her personally, you have to get something else involved that's going to mediate the situation.
And that's another topic. We ain't got to go down that road. But yeah, you know, and you have to start looking at alternate options. But you know, of course, that's not something that we originally want to even do, right? Because we don't want to get everybody in the business. But sometimes
it's all about the child.
It's
It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about your child. So if you're not getting the time with your child and she's trying to dictate those type of things, you got to understand that if it was in a court situation and you got your time these days with your child, she can't no longer dictate where you go and what you do with your child.
And I feel like, you know,
it's a power struggle, man.
It's a power struggle, and that's why a lot of dudes go ahead and put themselves on the papers. You feel me?
Yeah, it's easier.
Really?
When you got females that's trying to keep the baby away,
that way
you need to go ahead and set it up so you can get your visitation.
Check this out.
So now she can't say, I ain't gonna give you my child.
I'm already saying.
Of course, I'm gonna get her these days.
Check this out. That experience right there, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put myself on child support.
See?
Because I don't have time. Wanna know what happened? I went up there. I said I want to put myself on child support, and the woman was like, okay. I told her the whole shindig, what was going down. I'm in Augusta. She said, well, you know, we'll send this out, but if she don't answer in 30 days, they throw it out.
What?
They was like, in 30 days, like if she does not respond after 31 days, they was like, you're gonna have to do it again, because it doesn't. I was like, well, wait. I was like,
I can't even put myself on.
So check this out. I said, but if she try to put me on child support and I don't respond in 30 to 31 days, she said you go to jail. I said, whoa, wait. That right there already let me know.
But listen though, I bet this one thing though, you ain't had no fucking lawyer, did you?
Well, not at that time.
See? So that's the first fuck up.
But
your ass supposed to have a lawyer there, and they send that paperwork. You got a lawyer working on your case. Oh, it's gonna be some recourse.
Yeah,
period.
but let me tell you
now.
something.
You got a lawyer there. They're gonna make sure.
This country is built to benefit the mom.
Definitely.
Period.
Thanks.
So what I realize is I just have to be a father.
Right.
Period. No matter what she says or what she tries to make me out to be. I just have to be physically a father.
Gotta put that ego.
So I didn't give a fuck about. I didn't care about society and what she thought and what she. I just said, you know what? I called me and her communicate. I said, listen, I'm gonna get my daughter every other weekend. I'm coming to Atlanta. You have to shut the door in my face and tell me to get the fuck on and have my daughter crying in the house saying I want my daddy in order to get rid of me because I'm not going nowhere. When I did that, she was like, it makes them realize what they're doing. What they're in, and like I'm gonna tell you, that shit lasted 2 weeks. And she was like, she broke down. She was like, I ain't trying to do this to you. This is what I said, listen, it's what you mistaken is you are mixing what me and you have a confrontation with our child, which has nothing to do with it. And that's where you have to separate it. And once we understood, she was like, you right.
It's business, man.
But guess what? Even after that, she didn't help me to see her. She was like, I'm not meeting. She didn't lift a finger to help me. She was like, you do it as a father.
Shitty business partner.
See how bad you want.
But right, I'm dealing with that right now. Like anytime I want to see my baby,
2 years old, I was going through
anytime I want to pick her up and see her, guess what? I gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta go with her.
Where she
I gotta
at?
find her. Where
Is
she
she
at?
here?
I'm at auntie house. I'm at cousin house. I'm at
But
mama
she in
house.
Augusta, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes it easier.
Yeah,
and just be glad she in Augusta because you don't have to travel and go out your way. I'm lucky that mine was in Atlanta.
But it makes me feel as though like you don't. But in my opinion, it's like if you never want to drop the baby off, you never want to meet her. You never want to do like I feel like you don't even want me to be there for real.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you this:
you gotta realize sometimes I went through a phase with my baby mama. I felt like she was trying to make me out to be a baby daddy.
Yeah.
Like
that's what
you will intentionally pick an argument on me the day I'm supposed to get her and hope that I just buck and don't come, or you do things to make it hard for me to get her open and I don't get her just so you can get on and be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just me.
But daddies do that. Daddies be like, oh, I'm gonna put up a little fight to look like I tried, but I really want to go do it.
Let me ask y'all a question. Just for me jumping out of my shoes, right? And jumping in her shoes. Alright, so the first baby daddy, let's say he's no longer with us. Alright?
Like child nothing?
He's no longer on the earth.
Oh.
Alright?
Okay.
So, and that was from the first child's infancy. You know what I'm saying? He was gone probably within a year of the child's birth, right? Mm-hmm. So she never had to co-parent with this child.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
she
never had to. It was always what I'm doing. This me, boo, everything, right?
So she's learning through you.
So now I come along, and now you have an actual physical person that you got to quote unquote answer to, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to the whereabouts, but whatever. But I'm talking about from her.
It's a partnership.
From her vantage point, it's answer to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's like you have to answer to
anything she's done in relation to the oldest child has been whatever she wants to do.
Feel like
she's already got that embedded in her mind frame that I make the rules.
Yeah.
Opposed to
that's the problem.
We can figure out
that's
what
not
we
a partnership.
That's
not a team.
It's not a team.
That's what a co-parent.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's just as simple as this, because where we are in present day. Be who you are, because your actions speak volume. Like volume over anxiety, fabricated hypothetical situations. Whatever you do dictates everything. So what happens, I went through the same thing when my daughter was like 2, 3, 4. But once I started just forming a pattern of seeing my daughter and making sure I had what I needed in my everyday life, when she got about 8, 9, things started shifting. She was like, because what happens is she starts realizing that you're dependable. She's like, I can guarantee he gonna come on this day. You know, and then she starts using that as a way for her to capitalize on whatever she's doing personally. She's like, oh, he's dependent, he's consistent. Right. So now it's a routine. But if you never do the routine, she has nothing to base the reality off of.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what you're starting now that she's 2, because when she sees your action, she knows what you're going to do. But if you say, fuck it, you stressing me out and don't do nothing, it puts it in her court. Mm-hmm. And that's what changes everything. Time, man. You got to give it time. There's nothing you can do tonight to solve it. It takes what you do this year, next year, to be in your child's life. And after that, she won't bark. Right. After she see what's going on, she won't bark because she has to see the reality. Because she never had it.
Right.
And that's the empathy of it.
Right.
But it's not right. It's not right. We got to be a bigger person.
It's not right, but I understand her having that scope, like, and I go back to the vantage point, right? Of how this is how it's been for 12 years. Now I got to do this, and I got to deal with this over here. I ain't used to having to talk to this person about nothing that I'm doing. I do what I want to do. Now he's saying he want to do this, and he going on top of that, he gonna do that.
Yeah.
So you know.
So and that's what it is. But guess what? The reality is the reality, and once you set the reality, and only the strong survive.
Facts.
Only the strong survive. We not here to go through the smooth terrain and be like chilling. No, we here to like show strength during times of adversity. Yo, shit tough, but check this out. I'm who I am. Look. And that's all it take, bro, because we not bitch ass people. Like straight up, I don't play the victim. I'm like, no, you got all them fucking excuses. Check this out. I'll make some shit shake no matter what.
I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boo.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, it is not comfortable for a moment. But after a while, once you like I said, do what you do,
right,
and show and put that heart into it. Guess what? Everything falls into place, and that's why the government always tries to jump into your shit because they know black men don't have a backbone to stand on without assistance. At least they think that. Right. But the thing is, today we create our own reality in a way where whatever we want, and it's not from selfish perspective, it's like what's needed to cultivate ourselves and to be transparent. It's gonna happen if you really about it. Now we all got work to do because we're human, and we gotta grow, and we can learn from the hardest shit, from the easiest shit. We got a lot of shit to learn. But at the end of the day, if you really gonna be who you say you are, just do it.
That's a fact.
And you will teach just by being yourself and being around. They be like, damn, I gotta stop hating and being an asshole because he's showing me up, or she's showing, you know. And that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about the game.
It's that energy that we come with.
Yeah, don't worry about that game. But I know how you feel because when I was there,
what it does to you as an individual, just on my behalf, is just like it makes you feel like, bruh.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotta see the bigger picture.
What is going on? What am I doing here? Like
They try to make
you feel like I'm doing. Like what am like?
I feel like it's baiting you into behavior so they can jump on that.
Exactly.
And say, look at what he doing.
So they can be
baiting.
had the advantage.
Because after the